How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the DNA. If you'd like to farm the DNA for yourself, you can do so from General Trant in Desolation's Edge on Necrodefeo. You can get here either by fast traveling to Desolation's Edge and running all the way over to his arena, or from traveling to Hazendir Ruins and walking back into Desolation's Edge, where you can then just travel through this tunnel, and it is much shorter, and I would highly recommend you do that instead. But from there's a save station that you can hit almost directly in front of his arena, where you can reset and kill General Trant until you get yourself a DNA. The DNA is a legendary Maliwan SMG, which comes in no element. However, this isn't entirely true, as its shots cycle randomly between Incendiary, Shock, Corrosive, or Cryo. The DNA requires a brief charge-up time before continuously firing these elemental orbs, and these orbs themselves deal splash damage but also start to diverge after a certain point, with a energy blade between them dealing damage to anything it touches. The DNA has had two buffs, the initial being quite large at plus 166.7% damage, plus 39% fire rate, plus 50% mag size, and 50% reduced reload time, additionally increasing the weapon projectile speed. This was later followed up simply by a 31.3% weapon damage buff.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cup raised. And on Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal do or die until hump day. Then I go right back at it like an automatic. More drinks, more songs, more beats to rap. I need a shrink, I'm gone, more time keeps passing. No watch, no thoughts at all, just a hat, new era. Rip my P's and those O's, need a Phillies with the orange and black to feel home. From Citizens Bank back to Camden Yard.
The DNA was not only originally the single worst Mayhem 6 locked gun, but genuinely one of the worst guns in the entire game. I knew about these buffs and I knew that they were solid, but I was fully prepared to come into this video and say that this gun definitely deserved its place on the wall of shame and, didn't really have a place in the current meta. But oh my lord, in my note document after recording for this video, I literally just wrote, "Holy shit, it's good," in all caps. The DNA completely fucking blew me away and completely blew out any single expectation that I had for it. This is a Mayhem 6 weapon, and it finally actually feels like a Mayhem 6 weapon, but I assumed, because I barely ever see anyone using it, that it was probably still just meh. Like, it probably was still good and it still functioned fine and it was like usable and it was okay, but I assumed there was some sort of drawback, or it was just not fun, or it was just maybe weaker than the other options. But no, this thing it's insane. What the fuck? Why have I never heard of this gun? I swear the last time I heard about the DNA was Moxie beating Maliwan Takedown with it because it was so bad that was like a funny challenge. I cannot properly explain how shocked I was when I first used this thing to shred through an enemy. It was like showering with your dad and realizing you've got the bigger hog. I never would have expected it, and I usually try to ignore it, but now that I'm locking eyes with it, it's fucking insane. I can't ignore it. My confidence is boosted, and this is one of my new favorite guns in the game. It's simple as that. Not only was the DNA just surprisingly strong, but it was really fucking fun too. It's unique, it has a kind of interesting gimmick to it, and it's just enjoyable to use. While it can definitely be a little annoying at times because of how slow moving the projectiles are, it's still not that big of a deal. They do definitely move fast enough that you're still able to hit your target most of the time, and it's really not necessary to hit that many shots to kill something with this. The DNA went from being one of the worst guns in the game and one of the biggest disappointments, being a Mayhem 6 locked legendary, to actually deserving that title and deserving the grind to Mayhem 6 and deserving to be locked up here because it's actually insane. It feels good, it feels strong, it feels fun. It's an enjoyable gun to use, and it can slot into pretty much any character with any build. But that's not about to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that. Down in the description will be a link to my Twitch channel where I will be live right after this video goes up, and under that will be a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.